It is a beautiful day in North Idaho. It's supposed to hit about 90 today, and I have lots to do. As always, went to auction last night, and I would say it was just north of $500, and I filled up my truck. As you can see, it is packed full. Anything from speakers, shaving dishes, copper, glass. There's a huge porcelain sink in there. I also have a battery operated mower and lots of attachments. You're not going to be able to see it in there, but before I get started, I said to here around the house, we pulled out the concession trailer, and we're going to have to get going on that soon. I'm going to try not to block my camera there as I start up the truck. And I probably was covering up a little bit. Anyway, so I'm going to run back and I'm going to open the trailer up just to see how things are in there. I know it's going to be filthy because it's been stored all winter long. We have not been able to open the beach yet. This week is the date, so we're going to have to get this cleaned out. I basically pull out off the front of the camper and pull all the appliances out and clean everything down, scrub it down with bleach and everything else. And let's take a look. The old red Ford, and there she is. As you can see, it's a small little thing. Nothing overly fancy. It does have a hood that helps pull out some of the heat. We don't cook or anything in here. Everything's pretty much pre-packaged food. I do have our workers' little air conditioner, and this is the small little service window. This little panel I can pull off, and that's where I pull the counter off, and then I can slide all my appliances out of there for a good deep cleaning. You can see up, I do have security cameras. There's one on either side here, and there's a couple inside, but it has been stored for the year and it's ready to be cleaned. On the inside, we have our hand washing sinks. We have a 3-bay stainless sink. There's our nacho maker, freezers. There's a white water tank. Gray water is down there under the sink. We have a soft serve machine, a couple freezers up there. There's a refrigerator right here and a microwave. We do all prepackaged foods in there, and just so there's minimal. We do hot dogs. Well, typically we do hot dogs, pretzels, chicken sandwiches, hamburgers, microwavable hamburgers, which are actually pretty good. We get the Angus beef burger patties from Costco in the past. And of course we do ice cream, drinks, canned. We do Gatorade, water, that type of thing. We do shaved ice. That was in the past. I think this year, with everything going on, just to minimize all the health requirements with masks and gloves or anything that they might impose upon people, we are probably going to move to a everything prepackaged menu, so cut down to simply sandwiches and that's prepackaged salads, that type of thing. But we're just getting into this and getting it all figured out this year. It's a little bit different with everything going on, but that is what we got. The next thing, I just want to open this up, make sure just to see what the status was. I just pulled it out yesterday. Then we go into the shop. I want to put a trickle charger on the battery of the one of the ice cream trucks. I think the battery needs to be replaced, but I've got a couple deep charge batteries that I might go ahead and charge up and end up trading that out. I was going to show you, I got a lot of my road signs. Kathleen loves road signs, so they've finally been mounted. There's my old Ford delivery truck down there. I think you may have seen it on previous videos. Our big monster Ford ice cream truck. And our two Chevys there. And we're in the middle of cleaning all this out. After pulling the trailer out, I just kind of threw stuff. Just to show you more of our signs. I got them all down. This is probably this one right here. No, that's not it. I have one that's for Walmart parking. Walmart public parking. I don't know where it's at, but that is, I don't know, for crazy like that. I have to get this futon bed thrown on, and I have a refrigerator in here. And my big Walmart parking sign's gonna go right up there. So there it is, my little 3-amp battery charger. I'm gonna put that on the battery and let it sit here till they run out tonight. It's gonna be hot today, so it's gonna be playing a little bit more havoc on the inverter. But I think that was the issue yesterday they were having, was the battery was getting, or the inverter was starting to beep and shut down. And I think it's just a problem with that, my slave battery. We'll see. One more mess. I bought all these Pillsbury Doughboy pieces, and they came from a heavy smoker. So what I basically did, I just threw the boxes over here, but I set them out here. I'm gonna put these lids on just to keep them covered. But they smell terribly of smoke, so I'm pulling them out. These have been sitting out here for probably about a week or two. I will not be putting them back in the boxes. Those are going to be going in the garbage, but it's helping a little bit. Basically what I want to do is I want to take these and I'll wipe them down with disinfecting wipes. And they're really not, they're not too bad. I mean, some of them, if they do have a residual smoke smell, I will probably just send them to donation. Another project to come, if you don't know what that is a walk-in cooler. The walls, the floor, the ceiling, the door, everything's in there. Back underneath there I have a freezer, compressor, condenser that I will be installing or having installed. And that's my goal, is to be able to get that up and running so that we can avoid running 8 freezers to keep all our back stock in. But it's always a project for another day, but this year we're going to have to get going with it. Right now are hard to come by. If you guys haven't been in the market for one, they are, there's not very many of them out there. We've been shopping around just so we would have a backup. Or right now we just need an extra one, but everywhere you go, they are not to be found. Well, I'm gonna head up to the shop and I'm gonna start working on shipments today. I got quite a few shipments from the auction that just closed Wednesday. Yes, it is Saturday. Being such a small shop, it takes us a few days. Whether, you know, we're working on the catalog to get it launched Friday, we're oftentimes working on it and doing finishing touches up until the last minute. We hit just over 550 lots this week, and my goal is to get to 600. I'm trying to hire another employee now. I've got to job posting at Job Service. I don't know how well that's working. I think we've gotten to the point, you know, when you sit there and see on Facebook people, my son is moving back and he's looking for a job. Can anybody help him? I mean, whatever happened to the day that you're beating the street and you're out finding work, not trying to get work to find you. It's just a different time, I guess. But and I'm cheap. If you know anybody in North Idaho looking for a job, it pays $12 an hour. It's pretty laid back work. It's a lot better than McDonald's, but I don't know. We'll see. I might have to up my ante a little bit. But I hate to just give somebody a job starting out at a higher wage until I find out whether they're worth a damn or not. I want somebody that's going to show up to work and work. That's it. Like I said, we're pretty laid back. We're not hard noses. We just want to get stuff done. Business is growing, so it's kind of a struggle right now. I need another person to increase my lots. I'd like to get between 600 to 800 a week, and fight with the space that we have, or lack of space. And I think once we get to 600 to 800 lots, I can justify paying a little bit more for rent and getting in a larger space. But we're just right at that cusp. Things are growing. We've reached our weekly bidder base or registrants. They have probably jumped 25% over the last 4 weeks. People are noticing it, as you know, that they're noticing that prices are going up on items. I think we're on the right track, but I have to get out of this small space. We are tripping over things every day in that shop. It takes space to sort. It takes when I say sort, you know, I'm not strictly consignment. I do. The store still goes out and buy this truckload of stuff. So, you know, if you've bought storage lockers, if you've bought table ends, if you've bought huge lots, you know that there's a lot of work involved as far as sorting things out, deciding what's sellable, what's not, making runs to your local donation center, and then, you know, things just get kind of left behind. That, and yesterday I couldn't load up my truck with stuff going to donation because I needed to have it empty for going to auction night. And as you can see, or you saw just previously, my truck was full, so I needed every inch of space in there. I've got stuff in the front of my truck too. So it's just balancing, trying to make do with what you got. Okay, well, that's it for right now. I'm heading to work.